Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Reseller Guy. I want to thank y'all for coming in and watching today's video, all you returning viewers. And if you're new, you're watching me for the first time, thanks for checking this channel out, giving me a chance. Great channel to learn what's selling on eBay for a regular guy like me, full-time eBay reseller, and I sell on a collectibles booth as well. But today we're just talking about eBay sales and a few things back here that I picked up. I don't know, maybe some of the random stuff that I'll throw in there too. Let's get going. All right, so yeah, eBay sales were really good this weekend. Finally had a pretty good weekend of sales. Good number of items sold, good dollar amounts, good all the way around. Happy about that. Go check out my That Card Guy channel. All the sports card related items that sold, I put in a video over on that channel. So that's another channel that I do. I'd love to get that channel up to 1,000 subscribers. It's at like 500 and something. My goal was to get that one to 1,000 by the end of the year. It's not quite getting there. It could still happen. Maybe one of my videos will go viral. I don't know. I doubt it, but it could. But we're talking about eBay sales of non-sports collectible cards today. I got a few things here. I had sold a total, I think, 19 items, over $1,000. Pretty good weekend. There was some stuff back here that I picked up at a local estate sale. We're going to go over that. And let's go ahead and make the announcement now. Yeah, I got approved for Whatnot. Yeah, I know everybody's over there selling on Whatnot. People are probably getting sick of it. Today I have to do my little onboarding process. I think it's like a little training program they put you through. Got to do that this afternoon. And then at some point along the way, I'll decide to have my first Whatnot auction. Now, I have a feeling that in these Whatnot auctions, I'll be selling mainly sports cards and collectibles, at least to start. I think you get pretty beat up on price on things because don't have a big following over there yet. So I'm hoping that some of you may go over there and check it out. Those of you that like sports cards, go over there and help support the channel a little bit. Go over there and maybe buy a card. That's all in the future. That could be weeks away. But we're going over sales now. Let's get off of Whatnot. We're going to start over here. We're going to start with a couple of Squish Mallows. Yeah, they're over here. These are big ones, and people are starting to think about Christmas now. As I'm filming this, today is Halloween. But I sold Christmas Squish Mallows. Yeah, I bought these last year before Christmas, so I've had these quite a while. So we got the Christmas tree one, brand new with tags, and Santa, brand new with tags. You'd think these are worth a lot, but they're really not. I think I had them in my store for $30. You know how I do. I got to come over here and click and check the prices and do all that. I'm never really prepared with all the prices. Or if I say what the price was, I'm wrong 97.2% of the time. But I was right. They were in my store for $30, $29.99. Sent a 15% off for $25.49 plus shipping. And of course, they're going from Arizona all the way across country back to Pennsylvania. So I'll have to put these in a box. They'll probably go UPS just because of the size. They're not super heavy, but just because of the size, I don't want to squish them too much, even though they're Squish Mallows. All right, next we got a slew of items. Is that a word? A slew of items? A bunch of items from the same category, same thing, but got a little story to go with it. You know I'm a storyteller. So last week, sales have been a little slow, so I wanted to take a couple of my categories and use promoted listings. I don't use promoted listings at all in any of my listings. So I figured I would take a couple of categories, promote them. I was going to do 5% and just see if that affected those categories and sales increased. But I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. Even though I've been doing eBay forever, instead of hitting edit after I selected those categories, I hit end, and I ended 150 some listings. Yeah, it was a big mistake, but actually I think it turned out to be really good because I sold a bunch of those items that I ended and then I relisted. So I did that on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each of those days I relisted 30 to 40 listings per day. And it's odd that a lot of these listings then sold, even though some of them had been in my store for a while. So sold 3 different baseball gloves. We're going to go over the sales relatively quickly. I like selling baseball gloves and football helmets. You all know that. But these gloves, this one here, look, your glove doesn't have to be in perfect condition. This is a vintage Rawlings glove. Now, first off, it's for a left-handed thrower, so this is weird putting a glove on my right hand like this. But look at this. So we had some broken strings back over here. And then down here, this little flap was coming loose as well. Vintage Rawlings glove, look, Rawlings is almost gone off of there. But it's a fairly desirable glove, model DCT, first baseman's glove. Been in my store for a while. Again, the nice thing with baseball gloves is usually when you're finding them at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, you're paying anywhere between probably $3 and maybe $10 tops for something nice. This sold for $39.99 plus shipping. Yeah, so yeah, I still got $40 for this glove, even though it has a broken lace, little damage in here. You can see right in the title when I throw the pop-up on it, it says needs repair on it. Very clear that it had all these issues. So a few bucks into $40 after just relisting it. All these gloves sold within like a day of me relisting these. Very strange that some of these have been in my store for a long time, and just relisting them got them out in the eBay analytics or stratosphere or universe or whatever you want to call it. Next one, also a left. God, this is very weird having to put the glove on your left hand. I don't have to do it. I'll just hold it up like this. So this is another one. This one's a little bit better, not damaged, a little bit newer. It's a Mizuno glove, MVP Pro model, blah blah blah. You'll see it on the screen. This one also had a little bit of writing, so you see, got writing and a phone number. Very common thing that you find on these gloves. Kids would write their name or phone number on it in case they left it at the field. They could get their glove back. This one sold cheaper, $19.99 plus shipping. What I do with these, I just fit them into a padded flat rate mailer. This one might not. The first baseman's glove are a little bit longer. Let's see. Let's compare. Flip it over here. They're very similar in size, so I might be able to fit both of these separately, of course. Different people bought them into a flat rate mailer. So $19.99. I'd like to sell gloves higher than 20 bucks, but I'll pick them up if they're ones that are in really nice condition and still try to get 20 for them. So another good sale on that. But there's a third one as well. This is probably the newest glove of the group. This is a Nike glove. So I sold Spalding, Mizuno, and Nike. There's a bunch of different good glove brands out there. Just don't buy Franklin. Franklin's a very cheap brand. That's like Walmart brand. This one here goes on the proper hand. This one sits on the left hand for a right-handed thrower. Pretty nice glove. Good condition. Nike. This one sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So it's weird. The two gloves that are probably the nicest of the three sold for the least. That older vintage glove sold for 40 bucks. So let's see, we got 40, 50, 60, 70, $85 in sales just in those three gloves. That's why I love selling baseball gloves. Easy to take pictures. There's nothing that's going to be broken, damaged, hurt during shipping. So yeah, sporting goods is a great category to get into. Football helmets too. We'll have more on that football helmet thing in a minute. What else did I sell? I sold the baseball. And there's stuff everywhere because I did an earlier video. Got this stuff sitting around. I got a box up here I got to grab too. A couple weeks ago, I showed a video where I had a haul of autographed baseballs and some other memorabilia from the local box lot auction, something that I promote all the time. Check out the auctions in your area. Great way to go and get good inventory. This autographed baseball was one of the items in there. It took a little bit of research to figure out. Got some help from some other people, figured out a couple names, and we figured out, let me scroll up here so I get the team right. This is a 2003 Portland Beavers autographed minor league baseball. There's a couple great sites out there on eBay for baseballs that people can help you figure out who they belong to. So much knowledge out there on Facebook. Did I say YouTube? On Facebook group. So we figured out the manager's name there was signed on the sweet spot, and then we were able to figure out the other names and determine that this was from 2003. No real big names on here, but just a cool vintage ball from, I guess 2003 is not quite vintage yet. Sold for $25.49. Same as some of that other stuff. I had it at 30 bucks to send 15% off. $25.49 plus shipping. So yeah, happy to get that for that. Those boxes, I paid just a few dollars per baseball. So to get $25 for a ball, I'm pretty happy about that. But I got to get these boxes up here. I'll be right back. From that same sale, there was a couple autographed helmets, and this was one of them here. Baseball player. I didn't know who this was at the time. This is from Just Miners. They put out a bunch of autographed stuff back in late 90s, early 2000s, and this is Sean Casey. He was most known for his years with the Cincinnati Reds, I believe. Actually, look, I should have looked. They had it written on the back of the box. I didn't see it while I was there. I actually had to do a little bit of research and didn't see they had the name written on the back. Look at the box. But yeah, this sold for, I think it was right around that same price range. Let me scroll through my screen. You know how I do this. No, this one was a lot less. There was several of these out there for sale around that $20 mark. So I had mine listed at $20, but also gave a 15% discount, $16.99 plus shipping. So not a whole lot. It's a minor league autograph of a player that had a good career, but just not a superstar. So again, just happy to move that out at 17 bucks and get a little bit of money for it. So that's all for 17. I'll show you something really weird that sold that you think might not sell, but there's a reason for it. This was my first sale of the weekend. These sold on Friday. Get them out of my little holder here. Some of you know that we went to Disneyland like a week ago. We didn't get these here. These were our fast passes from, I think, 2019. So look at this. Disneyland fast passes. You used to get these when you would go on the rides. Look, we got Soarin'. What I got here? Star Tours. We got Radiator Springs Racers and the Haunted Mansion. I saved all my fast passes from that trip. I had already sold a couple lots previously, but if those of you that know now, they don't use these ticket fast passes anymore. They have something called Disney Plus. You just use it on your iPhone or whatever phone and do it that way. So these have become pretty collectible now for crazy Disney collectors. A lot of 4 of them sold for $16. The same price as this helmet. I got my fast passes, which were free from Disneyland, and I got $16 for them. So somehow, if you're ever out there and you happen to see somebody's big bucket of fast passes, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but pick them up. Older ones sell really well. The different logos, if you try to get all the different ones, if you have a whole collection of all the rides, they go for some pretty big money. So fast passes, yeah, you wouldn't think it, but these Disneyland fast passes people pay money for. $16 plus shipping for the 4 of those. All right, next up with this game, we got Plinko. Now, I was a huge Price is Right Bob Barker fan back in the day. Used to watch me tons of Price is Right. Saw this in the store the other day. Saw me a Plinko game. Marked $5.49. I had to buy it. I looked brand new. These things sell for like $50 and $60. Saw that used ones were going for $25, $30, somewhere in that range. So, of course, I brought it home last night while I was watching the Buffalo Bills game. I put this all together, and it did work. It was missing like one little game card that was involved, but I listed it out there for $30, and it sold within an hour. And partly because the person contacted me, they're in Texas, asked if they could get it by Saturday. Since I'm in Arizona, it should be no problem getting there by Saturday. I'll just ship this out priority mail. Being that it's only going from Arizona to Texas, 2 states over, it's going to be pretty cheap to ship this out, even sending it priority mail. So we'll get this to them. $30 plus shipping. Like I said, I paid $5. Not a huge profit, probably net, I don't know, somewhere in the high teens after it's all said and done. But for a Plinko game, I'll do that every time. I loved the Price is Right. Which Price is Right game was your favorite? If you're watching this and you were a Price is Right fan, let me know. Mine was the mountain climber guy. He would like yodel as he would go up. I don't know why. That one was always my favorite. If I can find a clip, I'll put it right up here.
And he's moving $1 or 1 step for every dollar that you missed the price of the paint. You said $10. You can't buy anything.
Next up, we got just a couple more sales here to go over. I sold this Funko Pop figure. This was actually part of my collection. I had a couple of them. And what happens with a lot of pop figures that I buy, they become part of my collection. I have them for 6 months or a year or two. Then after a while, maybe the price went up on them, or I just kind of said, okay, I'm done collecting them, let's move it on to somebody else. And that happened with this one. I did not realize from Starship Troopers that the warrior bug, just the regular bug from the picture, I don't know if you can see it better on the side there, like that, that's what it looks like, had gone up in value quite a bit. So I figured I will definitely go ahead and list it. This sold for $49.99 plus shipping. I got one of these Funko Pop protectors. You can buy them cheap off of Amazon or eBay, probably for like $1 a piece. I don't think I have a link down below for those, but I should probably add that into my Amazon affiliate links down there. So $50 plus shipping for that cool warrior bug Funko Pop. All right, one more sale, and that's going to kind of transition us into this next thing that I'm going to talk about, is this little mini football helmet back here. There was an estate sale that we went to. I say we because I met a friend over at that estate sale on Friday. Tons of sports collectibles. They had a lot of Raiders. They had a lot of Cardinals. They had a lot of Dodgers, a little bit of Lakers. But they were obviously big sports fans. Unfortunately, a lot of it was very overpriced. So I only bought, I think, one thing on that Friday. I went back on half price day on Saturday. Spent a couple $100. But I already sold one of the items that I got from there. So I sold this little mini football helmet. It's just got the NFL Shield logo on the side. A lot of people use these for autographs. They'll get like commissioners or people that didn't play on an actual team, get them to sign them. This sold for $20 plus shipping. Not real expensive. I paid $10 for it at that sale. I'll kind of go over everything and what I spent on some of the items. There's a few more actually out in the garage that I want to bring in as well. But first sale already out of that purchase, $20 plus shipping. We'll put it back here next to Groot to get it out of the way. But I'm going to go over some of the items that I have over here. This stuff all was from that sale. I'll show you here. Here's my little receipt. I don't think there's any pertinent information on there, but I paid a total of like $276 at that sale. So I bought quite a bit. The prices were okay. It still wasn't like fantastic pricing, but it's sports collectibles. I know it'll sell on eBay. I know it'll sell in my booth. And I'm definitely trying to stock up for Q4 here for the holidays. So first up, they had a ton of little mini helmets. Again, most of them were overpriced, so I had to kind of make a deal buying them all. I got some for $10, some for $12. Now at that price, there's not a lot of profit. Like this one here, this is Raiders. Raiders, very popular. Brand new, you can probably buy this one for $20, $25. So I'll probably just put this one in my booth for like $17. This was probably the cheapest of all of them. I'll double check to make sure that like this logo version isn't rare or anything like that. But yeah, that's looking like that one's gonna go for just under 20 bucks. I did get a couple others that were pretty cool. These are both ASU, Arizona State. So you got that one with the big pitchfork on the side. And this other one's hard to see. This is the chrome version down here. And I just put them in these cubes. I may sell these in my booth. Arizona State doesn't sell really well on eBay. The one that does is the classic Sparky logo on the side. If I can, I'll throw a pop-up of one, what it looks like. That one's the one that sells the best. That one is used the most for autographs. Autographs show up great on these. I think these are more for collectors, and I had these couple mini helmet cases. So I think I'm going to throw these into my booth at probably $30 a piece. With the cases, that's not a bad deal. The chrome ones can sell for a lot, but I don't know if it will for ASU. I may try throwing it on eBay for a few weeks first, seeing if it sells. It is still college football season. It could sell. We'll see. We'll see without a box if I can sell that one separately. I'm talking too much about these ASU helmets, but yeah, that's what we got there. A couple helmets. Those were ones that I paid $10 a piece for. The other helmets are out in the garage, so we'll go over some of this other stuff. I thought this was pretty cool. This little Super Bowl wood plaque, not a plaque, but this wood football celebrating the Raiders' 3 Super Bowls. I believe I paid $10 or $12 for this item, and it'll go for, I think I'm going to put it for $25 in my booth. I think that's about the right price. There's one on eBay for about $30. I'd rather just put it in my booth and sell it there. A lot of random stuff. Brand new sealed Star Wars VHS set. Doesn't go for a lot, but it was only a couple dollars. It'll go in my booth. I think I'm going to put it at $12. This little Arizona Cardinals, this little football, but it's a Post-it note dispenser. That was just $1. Probably in my booth for, I don't know, $7. I think, maybe I can squeeze 7. I was thinking 5. I think someone will pay 7 for it. Bought a cribbage set. It was like $1. Actually, no, it was $2. I thought this one was a little bit older. I'm just going to put it in my collectibles booth. On eBay, they go for about $10. I'll throw it in my booth for $7, just try to get a little money back out of that. They had a bunch of license plates. I bought a bunch. This one was the cheapest. I thought this one was really cool. Raiders #1 fan. This is brand new and sealed. But there's a lot of these out there on eBay, so it's going to go in my booth for probably $10. What was really neat is they had these 2 Arizona Cardinals license plates. And now these are actual ones issued by the state of Arizona, and they got these personalized. 08 for 2008, SB for Super Bowl, and Super Bowl 43. That was the Super Bowl the Cardinals went to, and they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can see they used one on the car, and the other one's still brand new. I listed these out on eBay. I think I put them out there for $50 for the pair of those. If you get a pair of personalized license plates, they do pretty well, being the Cardinals one. That's pretty cool as well. Brand new Los Angeles Lakers license plate. Again, brand new and sealed. This style, I think, was late 80s, somewhere in the 90s. I think it was somewhere in there that they made these embossed ones like this. Really nice. And one for Northern Arizona University as well. I think this I listed for $25, and this somewhere in that same range, $20 or $25 as well. Most of the license plates were marked either $7 or $10, so I paid half plus a little bit extra discount on those. I bought some pencils. Yeah, they gave me these for $1. So I bought these glitters pencils. These are made by Pentec. Vintage from 2000. I looked up. There was a very similar one that sold less pencils that sold for $20. So I listed one for $25. If I can get $25 for some pencils, that's a big win in my book. This might have been the favorite thing that I found at that estate sale. I found the Rugrats VHS tapes, brand new and sealed. This one has like a little watch that came in with it. So first off, these Rugrats VHS in the orange clamshell boxes do pretty well. Used maybe about $5. I'm not saying you're making a ton of them on there, but I believe these were marked originally $10. They gave them to me for $2 each. I threw them out on eBay, I think $30 for the pair because you get both of them together. I think I can get $30 for them. They're brand new, still sealed, good shape. Rugrats are very collectible. So look for those orange clamshell ones if you have collectibles booth and stuff. I actually sold one at the toy show last weekend for $5 for a used one that I picked up for $1. So you make $4. It's not, tell the world about it money, but it's still money. All right, I'm doing this fast, aren't I? All right, I bought a knife block. They had this marked for, I think, $34 or $36. It's a brand new vintage knife block made by Old Homestead. So I looked it up, and actually, these do pretty well. These wood-handled knives, brand new set inside. I listed this for $80 on eBay. I don't know if I'll get that much. There weren't any that were brand new. A lot of used ones that sell for $30 and $40, so I'm hoping I can get $80 for a brand new knife set with the block from Old Homestead. Yeah. I said I had a bunch of other mini helmets. They're all out in the garage. I don't want to bring all of them out. I think there's 6 or 7, but I bought a bunch more mini helmets. I'll throw a little pop-up barrage here of all the little mini helmets that I bought at that sale. I think most of them I listed between $20 and higher. I don't think any were super expensive, but I paid $10 or $12 each for those. The last thing I bought at that sale were a bunch of pendants. These I probably paid more than I really wanted to for, but it was kind of part of getting the whole deal with the guy. I think there's 21 or 22 pendants in here, and I paid like $3.60, I think is what. I paid $80 for 22. I don't know, do the math. Maybe it's more. They're not super old. They're probably from the early 2000s, late 90s. But here, we'll flip through a few of them here for you. We got Dodgers. They're all baseball and football. We got Diamondbacks. The Denver Nuggets. I guess they're not. I guess there's some basketball in here too. Detroit Pistons. Cleveland Cavaliers. I wish I could flip through these quickly, but they're hard to kind of flip through. We got the Hawks. We got the Atlanta Falcons. We got the Washington Redskins. Now the Washington Commanders. We got the Rams. Let's see if I can do it this way. Falcons, Browns, Colts, Raiders, and then in the back there's several Arizona Cardinals ones. So again, I paid $80 for 22, I think it is. So we'll just say I paid $4 a piece for them. That's a little too much to pay for pendants. Most of these are going to sell for $8 and $10 in my booth. But again, I want to fill up the booth with inventory. Pendants actually have sold fairly well for me over the last couple months. Not a lot. I probably only have like 10 in there, and I've sold 2 or 3 per month. So they will sell. Hopefully somebody needs some of these for some Christmas presents this year. And then, of course, the last thing I want to talk about real quickly as we end out of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Thanks for hitting the notification bell. Thanks for leaving your comments down below. Woo! All right, football helmets. Yeah, I bought 5 football helmets just this past week. I got 3 of them cleaned up and listed over the weekend. Guys, I talk about this all the time. Football helmets. These got listed for $80 and $50. I think it was $80 and $50 for these 3 helmets. I still have 2 more out in the garage that need to be processed that are a little bit dirtier, that need a little more work. So that's why I did the 3 of these while I was watching that game last night. Go Bills. So yeah, if you're not on the lookout for football helmets, please do it. This one here is really nice inside. That's a really good one there. That's made by Shut, not Shoot. And even if they are missing pieces, now I've said it before, I take the chin straps off of them. The chin straps are usually pretty gross and disgusting, and half the time the ear pads pop off and then you don't have them. They sell just fine without those two. Just disclose all this information in your listing and still charge the appropriate price. That's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit the blah 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 blah. Go over to that Card Guy Watch and see what sold on that channel, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.